The Boys isn't just your typical superhero show. It's dark, twisted, and filled with secrets that keep fans guessing. From mysterious backstories to hidden motives, there are tons of theories out there about what's really going on behind the scenes. In this video, we're breaking down some of the best and most believable theories about The Boys that could actually be true. And of course, there will be spoilers for Season 4 and Season 2 of Gen V, but let's not waste more time. Let's get right into some theories. Let's start off with one of my favorite theories, and that is Homelander's mom might actually be someone we've already seen in the show, Stormfront. Now, there's actually quite a bit of evidence that backs this up. If we go back to The Boys comics, Homelander's father isn't Soldier Boy. It's a male supe named Stormfront, but in the TV show they flipped things around. They made Stormfront a woman and gave the DNA dad plot to Soldier Boy instead. We know Vought used Soldier Boy's DNA to create Homelander because he was the strongest supe at the time, but what if they didn't just use Soldier Boy's DNA? What if they mixed it with Stormfront's? She was one of the most powerful supes ever, and at the time, possibly the strongest female supe alive. It would make perfect sense for Vought to combine the DNA of both Soldier Boy and Stormfront to create their perfect superhero, Homelander. Plus, Stormfront has always been one of the highest ranking figures in Vought. She was literally married to Frederick Vought, the man who created the company, so it would only make sense that she'd be in a position to take part in creating Homelander. To add even more to the theory, Soldier Boy and Stormfront knew each other and most likely had a sexual relationship. They were the ones who started Herogasm together, so they were definitely good friends. And yes, if this theory is true, that would mean Homelander unknowingly slept with his own mom. But honestly, that just makes it sound even more believable. After all, the writers of The Boys love to make things as most messed up as possible. And to make it even more gross, there would be a pretty decent chance that Stormfront knew Homelander was her son, and I mean it wouldn't exactly be out of character for her to still go along with it. Let's be honest, that kind of twisted behavior fits her perfectly. Now let's move on to a theory not as gross and messed up. Let's talk about ways the show could end and the deciding fate of Homelander. I feel like the most likely way Homelander's reign of terror will end is through a fight with Ryan. It's been a popular theory for a while. People think Ryan might actually be stronger than Homelander, following the power progression pattern. Soldier Boy is Homelander's dad and Homelander is stronger than Soldier Boy, so logically Ryan could end up being stronger than Homelander. But honestly, I don't think Ryan would win. He's still just a kid. Even The Boys showrunner Eric Kripke said we don't have to worry about a Captain Marvel situation with Marie from Gen V, since she's still young and figuring out her powers, so it would be weird to say that, then have Ryan just do the exact same thing. Granted, it wouldn't be as bad if Ryan did it, but it still wouldn't be the best. Now what does make sense is Ryan fighting Homelander but losing, but he ends up weakening Homelander enough to finally give Butcher the chance to finish the job. Because really, who else could do it? Huey? It has to be Butcher. It's been building up to that moment since season 1. Another idea I've always thought about is maybe they don't actually kill Homelander. Instead, they find a way to take away his powers, forcing him to live out the rest of his life as a normal human. That might be an even worse punishment for him. And it's totally possible, especially since Soldier Boy is coming back in season 5. We already know his ability can strip away any supe of their powers, so it wouldn't be that hard to imagine him being the key to taking down Homelander for good. Just imagine it, Homelander locked away powerless, surrounded by the same people he used to think were beneath him. No fans, no worship, no power, just a regular man who isn't special at all. Ryan and Soldier Boy are really the wild cards in season 5. I have no idea what the show is going to do with them, but I do have a feeling Soldier Boy is going to die. Speaking of Soldier Boy, let's talk about his return in season 5. Nobody really knows what the show has planned for him, but there's a good chance it won't be peaceful. I could definitely see him attacking the new Black Noir. Maybe he actually kills him, or there's a scene where he gets pissed off and looks at Black Noir and figures he might as well have it be like the good old times. Kind of like how Homelander pretended doppelganger was Madeline Stillwell, or how he occasionally acts towards the new Black Noir, pretending he's the original. Now for this next theory, we are going to have to dive into Gen V Season 2. In that season, Starlight mentions that she's building a resistance to take down both Vought and Homelander. By the finale, we see that A-Train is actually a part of that resistance, and that led some fans to believe Queen Maeve might be involved or might join in the future. After all, Queen Maeve was a part of the Seven for years. She knows all their tricks, how Vought operates, and most importantly, she understands Homelander better than anyone else in the series. Even though she doesn't have her powers anymore, she could still play a major role in the resistance. And honestly, if there was even a chance of finally taking down Vought and Homelander, you'd have to imagine Maeve would want to be there to see it happen, especially after everything they put her through. And even if she's not a part of the Resistance, I feel like she still will make an appearance in Season 5, and she probably will die in my opinion. Now this next theory might be a bit of a stretch, but honestly I could see it happening depending on how dark Season 5 of The Boys gets. The creators have already said it's going to be the most violent season yet, so anything's possible. In Season 5, the second to last episode is titled The Frenchman, the Female, and the Man Called Mother's Milk. That title alone has fans worried. Some believe it could be foreshadowing the deaths of Frenchie, Kamiko, and Mother's Milk in that very episode. Now I do think it's a bit of a reach to assume all three will die, but at the same time I wouldn't be surprised. Season 5 feels like it's going to pull no punches and go completely all out. And let's be real, there's no way all of the boys are making it out alive. And if you think about it, the show mainly revolves around Butcher and Huey. As much as we love Mother's Milk, Kamiko, and Frenchie, they're technically the more disposable members of the team. Their deaths would definitely hit hard emotionally, but the main story could still move forward without them, especially with it being the second to last episode. Now this next theory is one I've never really liked, but it always pops up every couple of months as a theory, so I feel like it's worth mentioning. Throughout the show we see that Homelander loves milk, especially Mother's Milk. No, not Mother's Milk, just Mother's Milk. That's a terrible joke, but I'm just gonna leave it in. Now this could just be some random thing they decided to put in the show just to show us how messed up and weird Homelander is mentally, but some people think his powers are directly correlated to milk. Yeah, it's a pretty dumb theory in my opinion, but fans think if he doesn't drink milk, he gets weaker and weaker. But there is some stuff to back up this theory. In the comics, the character Mother's Milk is actually a soup, not just a regular guy, but the downfall of his powers is that he needs to drink his mother's milk or he dies, and that's why he's called Mother's Milk. And since this clearly isn't the case for Mother's Milk in the show, people think they took it away from him and gave it to Homelander. Kinda like how they took away the dad subplot from Stormfront and gave it to Soldier Boy. Very unlikely and dumb in my opinion, but who knows, literally anything is possible in this TV show. And now for the final theory, let's talk about Marie from Gen V again. We know she has an important part to play in Season 5 of The Boys, and like I mentioned earlier, we don't have to worry about her just kicking Homelander's ass. So what else could her important role be? Well, we know her powers is to control blood, and who in The Boys needs to be cured because something is in their blood? Butcher. I think Marie will be the solution to curing Billy Butcher of the worm living inside of him making him evil. It just feels a little too obvious. Butcher has something in his blood making him evil, Marie can control blood. Easy as that. And that is going to be the very end of the video. Let me know what you think of these theories down in the comments below, and let me know what theories you have that I didn't mention in this video. If you've made it this far and have enjoyed, then please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. And if you want to see more videos like this, I've got a lot. From conspiracy theory videos to the real victim videos. So go check out those, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.